I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Lavi.
Salty and Chip.
Shout out to the girl in Russia.
Oh my gosh.
The girl is... Well, I don't know if it's real or what, but I put it up as a social experiment because I wanted to see what people were going to say in response to it. You know, as far as like how I feel about feminism, I'm a feminist, obviously. And I don't think that let's say that she really did that. I don't think that's an accurate representation of what feminism is.
Just in case somebody's confused, this woman supposedly had this bottle or something of half bleach, half water, and if any man was going around in the bus or train or something like that, man-spreading, she was just pouring that right on his goods, I believe. I think that's... I say if I was on a bus and some guy was all spread open like that and I was like crunch, and it's happened to me before where I've had to like crunch. I don't want his leg on me, so I've crunched myself in, but it never occurred to me to pour bleach on his.
I mean, a simple excuse me, you're taking up my space will do. 90% of dudes would be like, oh shit, my bad.
Yeah, but I think
especially to you.
I think the fact that we even have to say, like, how can you be that, like, but men have grown so accustomed to just being able to do that, like, men just do it naturally. Now, I get it that there's medical...
There are anatomical reasons for that. It's not that, you know, she was saying it was violence, and I think there is...
I don't think it's violence.
She's saying it was aggression, and I do... See, I don't like shit like that, because there's actual legitimate male aggression.
Yeah,
and it dilutes the pool whenever you do shit like that.
No, I don't think that that's...
I do think it's human nature, though. I don't think that that's something inherent to men. I think if women had to deal with the anatomical situations that men do, they'd do the same shit. I don't think women are more considerate than men. I don't think that that's the issue.
Yeah. I think that, like, there's, like, part of me that's like, no, like, women wouldn't do that, but women are completely inconsiderate and, you know, again, it seems like...
It's like when we talk about atheism. Human beings are inconsiderate.
Right.
There's no
just
one
all around,
group or race or religion or gender that's more or less considerate than the other.
Yeah.
I mean, good night. But anyway, I just posted it as a social experiment because I wanted to see what people were gonna do.
Was it interesting?
Well, the dudes were outraged.
Well, it is annoying. Like, that would, like, ruin your pants.
That wouldn't get me that angry. That wouldn't get me that angry.
What if it burned your dick? Would that make you angry? I mean, that's freaking bleach. That's not supposed to be on your skin.
I don't think... I think it was just a big... like stunt.
You know what? I think that if something happened, I don't think that she put bleach in it. I think that maybe she dumped her water on them, and then people added bleach too.
The thing is that you have to get creative. If you feel that you're being oppressed, you have to get creative in this social media world to get your attention out there. So here we are, you know, relatively small channel, but here we are. We're talking about it.
Yeah.
So thousands of people are going to see it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it happens. If we were doing firesides right now, that would be the conversation for sure. Speaking of firesides, we're doing a special one on 10/6.
Yeah.
We sent a Facebook, you know, meeting invite or whatever on it. It's on 10/6 at what, 11 p.m. Eastern time?
No, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully you guys can make it.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be important for especially if you're a lifer. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if you're like one of our friends, we really want you to be there.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. This is a band we've never done before.
Yeah.
This is AMORPHIS. What's the name of this song?
Silver Bride.
I don't know what type of metal this is. So I don't know. But,
or even if it is metal. You know, sometimes like somebody will put something that we're listening to.
No, the band's name is AMORPHIS. It's metal.
Yeah. Sounds like it would be, but look, that's a pretty cool looking picture, huh?
I know, it's pretty. It's a pretty tree. It's like a tree on fire. The roots.
But it looks like snow on top.
Roots, bloody roots. All right, let's do it.
All right.
AMORPHIS, let's go.
I'm the determiner. Do people ever say anything when I tell you?
No.
It's funny. Okay. Go.
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 Shit.
These people are really good. Okay, this
really
is
like
another
it.
one where I'd like to go to a concert by these people.
Yeah. I really liked it.
I don't even think that the audio on this version
Was good.
was good.
But I still got the point.
Yes.
Da, da, da.
And
Was
his
this HQ?
voice, I looked up HQ, but sometimes it doesn't.
This is sad as hell.
Yeah, it was really sad. But really romantic too.
This song is interesting because it seemed to get to the point immediately.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
Right
There was
at
no
the-
build up. Like he came
no
right
build
up.
up, no
It
nothing.
started with
4 minutes, 14 seconds. That's
the wife slayer right away. Like got right into it. Like 4 lines
From the
down.
mystic dreams of nighttime, I saw the clarity of my days, and the shades of longing looked for the familiar glow. The death of my wife's slayer brought no comfort to me.
Brought no comfort to me.
Now a shape for loneliness for a dream. So what do you think the song's about?
It sounds like somebody killed his wife, and then it sounds like, to me, it sounded like that he forged, like her form into gold and silver,
Yeah.
and he laid beneath the stars with it on bare skin. It was sad.
That's some sad shit, man.
Yeah. And then he kissed her silver lips, but there was no sigh, like, you know.
Right. Yeah. Some sad shit. It's interesting. We've been talking about relationship for the last couple of reviews.
I knew somebody personally. This kind of a little bit weird, but like it's one of those like, whoa. He his wife died, and when she died, he like made his own like little kind of mini guillotine sort of thing, and like cut his own ring finger off because he was like, I'll never put, because it was so like his relationship. I like knew the person personally. It wasn't like some story that I heard of.
Yeah.
I was like, you wouldn't have even known that they had that type of relationship. But they both, like, the only thing I knew about them is they both worked like hell. They worked hard, and they worked together, and they did all their jobs together. But I thought, like, it was a little bit alarming that he did that, but also at the same time, like, kind of romantic that he would have done that. Like, but, you know what I mean? Like, I think that there's some people that have extreme reactions to when they really, like, I think that true love is something that really does exist, and I think that there are people that were just made for each other, and I don't think that everybody has that experience in life. I think that
agree.
some people find somebody that they love and like it works,
Right.
but I think that there's like some people that it's like,
Where it pushes you to the edge of madness.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. If I didn't have God in my life, I would be like that type of person with you. Because I find a lot of meaning and companionship with you. So it's like like you were asleep. It was like 3:30 at night, and I had my video game on, and I like kept looking over. I'm like, maybe I should call him Wolf. Then I thought to myself, like, the fuck is wrong with you? You guys are with each other 24 hours a day. Well, literally. Like, literally.
you
Like,
did. I heard your voice very small. I just happened to like wake up, but I felt so sick. I was just
you
like,
don't watch me play video games and all that
I
shit.
can't. The movement, man.
So it's like,
I do sometimes, but
yeah, it's yeah, I would be that way.
I mean, I have God in my life, but for sure, if something happened to you, like I'm break with you. You know what I mean? Like where like I could be like psychotic.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely sad though.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that hits you, I'm like, yeah, but this was sad to me because it's if we're, it's like yesterday we're doing, or the changes song, and it was like the dynamics of relationship change, and that was it, and and it was over, and that, but like to have somebody taken from you is very is a different.
And I'm sure like
tough.
taken, like I'm sure that you feel it. Somebody gets some terminal illness, for instance.
Yeah.
You feel that, and you go through the motions of that, and like as the person slowly, but like to have like this, like if somebody just like murders them, like where it's like that was a completely freak happening, you had no idea that was coming, like that's going to be a whole nother, and I'm sure, like, as a man, to, like, know that somebody overpowered your wife like that and you weren't there, like, I don't know, like, that's gotta be a whole nother thing to like work through as well. And then do you find sometimes something is so beautiful it's sad?
Oh yeah, this one was
Yeah, I don't know why that's like that, but yeah, sometimes, like, something that is just...
This song though was a very even now for me, probably the most spiritual experience I've had in the last 60 days probably.
Now, why spiritual?
It just seems something like something God would do. You know, like because of how God is portrayed in the Bible with his wife, which is his people.
Right.
Is he has this sort of insane degree of love for his wife, and if he was I'm separating his person and his personality from his ontology, his power. So of course God is powerful enough to where if you died, that's okay, honey, I'll just bring you back from the dead.
Yeah.
But let's say that you couldn't.
Yeah.
Like, God is portrayed as so obsessive about his wife that
you're right.
he would do, you know, I would do that, is what I heard when because
wow.
he's what is it? Many are your thoughts towards me, O Lord. You know, like the sand of the sea.
Count them, they're more in number than the sands.
Yeah,
of the
like
sea.
he's constantly thinking, and he thinks about things like how many hairs are on your head, like insignificant shit that nobody cares about.
Right.
And he's, you know, so he's.
Oh yeah, because if you had some boyfriend that knew exactly how many hairs were on your head.
Yeah, and you know, is it Psalm 149, where I stand, where I sit, that are like he watches
when I
everything.
lay down, when I do this, on everything that I do.
Yeah, and like. That's the, like, you know, the whole, like, God is watching you, like, from a biblical perspective.
It actually says there his hand will lead me or something, and also talks about his hand leading me, guiding you and stuff.
Yeah,
so it's not just like him, like, watching you from a distance and counting your hairs, like he's there and leading you.
Well, yeah, well.
Not like some creepy stalker.
Well, it's basically, some of the translations say, where could I escape from you?
Yeah.
Because he's if
everywhere.
I make my bed in Sheol,
which is the grave,
and you know, you'd find me, is basically the idea. And so it's like, if you just separate the idea this is a divine being, just look at it as a person, like he as a person is this type of person, who would never be able to get over the loss, you know. And
that's such an interesting thought.
And so, you know, it's a very interesting thing, and it is, you know. It's a interesting thing. You think about Adam and Eve and how this, you know, no beating heart I felt, I brought no sighs to the silver lips, you know, like he's kissing her and there's nothing there. But, you know, the narrative of Genesis is that Yahweh breathes into Adam the breath of life, which of course, you know, he doesn't need to be that close to breathe into him the breath of life, but there is like this. He wanted the first conscious moment to be that closeness. Yeah,
like everything he just spoke it into existence.
Right.
Like he could have just said
B, yeah, he could have said B.
But he had that experience when he was just face to face with him.
Yeah. And so it's, I see a lot of God's personality here.
Yeah,
like
I see what you're saying.
If you took the power away from him to be able to do that, this is the type of person he would be. You know. And so it's a crazy thing to feel. Because I know a lot of people don't, especially a lot of our constituency, don't believe in God. But it's a crazy thing to feel that you're loved to that degree, and to feel it and know it. Because this is definitely going to be. Somebody came up with a good idea and says, "What, you know, you should build a shower playlist."
Remember I talked about that at the beginning, but we just never did it. Now we need people to say, "Hey, this is what you said you were going to put on it."
Well, I know what's on my shower playlist. I'm going to message.
Well, yeah, because I have stuff that I was like, "This is going on the playlist."
I don't have a lot of them.
Yeah,
but it's interesting. It's all the songs are like spiritual to me. The carnival song, the Nightwish song, you know, they're all. The Amber Sky song, which nobody likes, but I don't give a fuck. It's my favorite. It's like one of my favorite songs.
I know.
We've listened to like 450 songs. Like, those guys have made my top 5.
I know, yeah.
I listen to them all the freaking time.
It's funny because Zoe was like...
It's so funny.
She's like, Mom, what's your favorite song right now? And I was like, honestly, I don't listen to music. anymore.
Right.
Because we do the channel and you always have everything on 10. Like, so when I get alone, I'm just quiet. Like, I just need some silence. So I don't even
Right, 'cause
have.
when I take a shower, it's like
Blast it when you're in the shower.
Yeah.
And when you're working, like, I think that you turn the volume up as high as it will go. I hear it click, 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 click. And then
Yeah.
phone conversation, and I don't like, and so I'm like, okay, so when I get quiet, I don't say, hey, what songs do I want to listen to? I just quiet everything and drive.
and then
The silence.
you know, you think to yourself like, people always tell you like,
Passenger song. Too. I'm
if,
sorry, go ahead.
if you love somebody to this degree, like it's unhealthy.
Yeah, I can see how people would say that. I mean, I don't agree with them, but.
You don't agree with them?
No. I think that if you really love someone, you're going to have like those sort of reactions, you know? You're going to feel like that. Like, I think that maybe you might have like some people would look at that and say, well, that's pretty crazy. But at the same time, like, I think that everybody probably has like some sort of crazy like thoughts if you really love somebody. You just probably don't, a lot of people don't act on it. And how many people could actually forge a body out of gold and silver?
They were probably
No. But
like high schoolish type sweethearts. Because he says, responded not my girl.
because he called her my girl? Is
Yeah.
that why? Yeah.
The poetry is beautiful. From the
I know.
northern summer nights, from the
From the
winter moon.
Yep. Though that
These are Northmen, probably.
you could hear it in the.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like a bagpipes or, but it was like something like that.
very
Like, I don't know
northern.
which instrument it was,
Yeah.
but yeah, I saw like Vikings type of.
Yeah.
And he said the bear skins, like
Yeah. Which you know,
we don't.
shout out to the big homie.
What? which one?
Not.
Yeah, I was like, why are you doing that?
Well, it's got the it's the screensaver that I use of us.
Oh yeah, that Jesse did of us in
as
their
Vikings.
Vikings.
Shout out to the big homie Jesse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the poetry's beautiful, man. This song, I really, really appreciate how quickly they got to the point.
That was different.
It was different.
Yeah. And it
But I also-
ended abruptly. But I don't know if that was intentional
Yeah, I
to
don't
be
know.
like.
Or we just got a bad copy, or
This one said it was the full whatever, but it might have been like all of a sudden, boom. I mean, if she got murdered, then her life was ended abruptly. So the song's going and boom, it's done. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know if it was supposed to be like that. I have no clue.
yeah. God, human beings, man. Whew. We're
Sound of his voice.
we're the most incredible thing ever.
Yeah, I was looking at the kids the other day.
Human nature, God Almighty.
And they were sitting on the beanbag chairs and they were like watching something and they were like blinking, you know, and I was like, this is amazing. Like, they're so busy watching, but like God has it set up that they blink when they need to, so it keeps their eyes, you know,
Yeah.
hydrated and cleared.
Yeah.
And like just, and their little minds were like thinking about what they were watching and they make their decisions. Like, I know that they're human beings, but like kids are easier to like look at and feel like that they're not as human as adults. I know you don't feel like that, but like it's weird like looking at them and thinking like they have their own thoughts and decisions, and that's why they don't want to eat this thing or they want to eat that, and
Right.
they don't want to brush their teeth, or you know what I mean? Like,
I remember the first time that Dorian refused.
what was it that he didn't want?
I forgot what it
You would
was.
think it was broccoli, but he
loves
loves
broccoli.
broccoli.
I forgot, but it was like I was so. I remember being so happy. I'm like, yes, he doesn't mind something. That's right. He ain't no robot.
He ain't no robot.
This is a beautiful song. Who suggested this? I don't even
can't-
remember anybody even asking for Amorphis, but if you did,
No, I remember Amorphis being asked for multiple times,
Is
and then somebody kind of like broke through. Their voice kind of broke through the rest, and then you know who you are. So can you send me another message, because I want to ask you some questions about this choice. So yeah, what?
the algorithm for people. How do you choose songs?
Yeah.
The
No, we have a few different algorithms. That's the thing. There's not one set one. We have a few.
Well, and a lot of it just depends on, you know, I don't know, but I love this song. This is definitely in my shower playlist.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
I always wonder, like, when it's a song that we both really love, if the person picked it because it's their song they love, or were they like Leah, like think through like what we would like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Although Leah is. Oh, you said Leah. I thought you were talking about Tina.
No.
Tina's more educational. Like Tina realizes nicely that we're so fucking ignorant in metal. So like she'll like
Try to broaden us.
yeah, nicely.
Yeah.
Because she knows these people don't know what the hell they talking
She said
about.
one time, I don't know if it was a dream or if it was a thought that she had, but she had this thought of us like doing a review while she like cooked for us and served us a 4-course meal in the like while we were doing a review. I was like, that would be really cool. I said,
Be
I'm
legit.
totally good with that. I was like, I don't know if Vin would do it, but I said I'm good with eating on camera. Obviously.
Oh,
Check out the
goodness.
firesides.
Yeah. Well, what do you rate it?
Oh, 10. I loved it. Like, maybe it might be an emotional 10, but I don't think so. I think that they really, I just don't think the song could have been, I would have liked it longer, though. I wanted to hear him sing that chorus again. Like, the way that his voice sounded when he was, it's just that, it had that desperation sounding. I just love, like, but he was, like, deep, you know, and sad and
It was a good chorus.
very good and strong. And I don't know.
It was simple, but I also like the solo. The solo.
I love the whole thing.
There's some solos that belong in the song and really auxiliary and like really like are part of the song.
Oh, yeah.
And the song, and then there's some solos that are just like, we're doing the solo because you're supposed to do solos.
Right. Well, sometimes it feels like they like figured out a bunch of solos and then they were like doing a song and they're like, okay, we need a solo. Well, let's pick that one, throw it in. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
some of them, it feels like, okay, you worked this song out and the whole thing came to you. The beginning of this song,
Yeah.
the instruments,
Yeah.
they were really beautiful.
It's a 10 for me.
Me too.
Really, really good song. I love that melodic shit, man. I just love it.
I wonder if
But
this is like a big band or not.
AMORPHIS? I have no idea.
Yeah. Anyway.
This is the first time we reviewed them, so.
Yeah.
But there's so many big bands or like major, really, really good bands that we haven't reviewed. So.
I know.
I mean, what can you do?
I was glad we finally got to kiss.
Huh?
I was glad we finally got. That sounds so weird.
What the hell are you talking
The
about?
band, not that we actually finally
oh.
got around to kissing one another.
Oh,
Is that what we were thinking? Here.
I think you're weird.
Okay,
Strange woman.
10. Ready?
It's a 10 for me.
Do you have anything else to say about the song?
No, it's a good song. I liked it. It was very touching, a bit disturbing at points, but that's okay. Sometimes you need disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yep. I'm just playing with your headphone things.
Okay. Then out.
Sorry out.
Gone.